Okay, hello. This is gonna be a short PI tutorial where I first tried to record this like showing my already set up planets and then decided that it doesn't really work that well. Like the entire video series thing was like 40 minutes of me showing stuff and like simulating things, and I've decided that it's probably better if I just show how I would go about setting up a new planet. So I've deleted one of my planets, and I'm gonna do that now. So the the planet that I deleted was this one. So let's colonize it again. It's a lava planet. I'm not gonna extract the resource that we need for the fuel blocks. It's gonna be a different resource, but the principle is the same. So I'm just gonna show the principle, how it works. So it's a lava planet. Let's say we've already decided that we want to colonize a lava planet. We buy a lava command center. Don't worry, sometimes it says they're overpriced. They kind of are compared to the NPC space, but it's really fine. Like, look, this is 450,000 ISK. This is nothing. And whoever imports them, probably Nova, those are 1000 M3. So they could import 200, I don't know, ballistic control systems or something instead of one command center and sell those for way more profit. So it's not really that bad paying that much. So we've got this command center. I have an epithal. I have no fitting at all on it because, I mean, it's cheap. If I lose it, I lose it. The only thing that might be worth installing, I guess I could install that. Do I have one of those? Nope, not here. Yep, one of those. I'm gonna fit one of those. Let's do it after. So where was the planetary thing? So we put that in my epithal in the command center hold. There's space for 6 command centers. The reason is you can have 6 planets. So if you go somewhere entirely new, you have fully maxed PI skills. I'm going to show those skills, I guess. I already did that for the other video, so it's open. This skill doesn't really matter, I think. This skill doesn't really matter, I think. This skill doesn't really matter, I think. Like this is for scanning planets from a distance. But I just go to like I'm in M-M right now. I colonize my planets in here. I want to have all planets in the same system because then I just have one epithal in this system, and I warp from in this case the Keepstar, but I could use any structure, warp from the structure to the what's it called, to the customs office and warp back, and it's safe. While taking gates is annoying and dangerous compared to just warping between stations because you don't see the local of the other system. You'd have to use an auto scout and something if you're carrying like $500 million worth of materials. So let's just keep everything in one system and only occasionally move stuff from another system. Yeah, where was I? Okay, yeah, so we decided we want to colonize a lava planet. Let's report the lava command center. We're gonna undock because we have to undock to do this. And yeah, and then we're gonna colonize the planet. So the resource that this planet is gonna extract, because I'm lacking that now since I've just deleted the planet, was the Chiral crystals or whatever it's called, like these here. I use those for the integrity response drones that I produce, so I want to take the planet back now. And so we go right click, planet. This is the one we need. We scan, and this, when you mouse over, you see what it's used for. So normally you do it the opposite way. Like let's say we want to make coolant. I forgot to fit this one. We can do that later. Where's chat? Give me a chat box. Why does it not directly go in there? Coolant. Yeah, that's another thing. When you're in the planetary, view you don't see the chat because it automatically hides it. But so we've decided to produce coolant. Coolant is one of the resources you need for the fuel blocks. So let's just say we want to make that. We need electrolytes and water for that. And okay, obviously this planet doesn't have electrolytes or water. So what we would do is we Google I'm gonna put it in the description of the video. We look for the Eve University article on planetary industry, and there you can see water is available on these planets, like on ice planet, on oceanic planets, on gas planets, and I'm not sure what else. So for example, we could look at this one. This is a gas planet. It has aqueous liquids which turn into water. The raw resource is watery fluids, aqueous liquids. And ionic solutions turn into electrolytes. So those are basically the two that we want for coolant. I already have other characters that harvest those resources, or maybe even other planets on this one, but I don't think so. And so we don't need those specific resources. I need a different one. So, but just imagine you wanted those. You're gonna look for a planet that has those, and then buy a command center for that planet. So I already knew which resource I want, and I already know that I'm gonna take this planet. So we look at this resource, we click on it, and then we get this. We get something like this. It's a bit. Red is good because red means a lot of resources, and dark or see-through means there's basically nothing. So we want to have. We can adjust that. Like, this doesn't make it more resources, it just makes it better, like you see more difference between the areas. So we want to have some white spots, but mostly it would be red, yellow, green, or the other stuff, so just some white spots. And then we look where there's a lot of white and red. I guess this general area, it's gonna be way smaller. So let's say we take this area, just put our command center, build our command center here. You could put the command center anywhere, it doesn't really matter, because we're not gonna use the command center for anything except for giving us power grid and CPU. So we just built it there, and then it's a level 1 command center. It has 6,000 power grid, 1,600 CPU, and then we're gonna upgrade it. This is what the other skill is for. Okay, so I said these 3 skills are kind of irrelevant, and I still believe that. These skills are the ones that matter. This one means you get 1 additional planet for each level in the skill. So if you have that at 5, you can have 6 planets. If you have it at 0, you can have 1 planet. And this one allows you to upgrade your command center, so you can build more structures on the planet. So as I said, my command center currently, it did go out of the planetary view. Yeah, normally that planet would be higher up. I guess since it's new, it's gonna be at the bottom. So yeah, we can upgrade it, and this is gonna cost 6 million ISK. So as I said earlier, the 400,000 ISK you paid for the command center was overpriced don't really matter, because we pay way more to empty space, basically to CCP, to upgrade this and to build facilities. But upgrading it gave us, instead of 6,000, we have 19,000, so we can have way more buildings, we have way more CPU and power grid. So let's do this and then submit. And we have to submit because otherwise those upgrades don't take. And yeah, we wanted those here. So the next thing is we want to extract things. So let's build an extractor. And when we build an extractor, we see this area. We want to cover as many of the dark, or not dark, but you know, as many of the dense resource areas as we can with this. We can later move it, but for now let's just put it in the best location that we have available right now. So let's put it here, because then we have this area, this area, this area, this like we don't only want one area, even if it's a really good one. We kind of want to spread out our extraction heads. So yeah, about the extraction heads, we have to first build it. So now it's actually built. Like whenever you change something, the changes don't have any effect until you confirm them. So we want to have 8 extraction heads. And we select the resource that we want. We want this stuff, the crystals, and we set it to 7 days because that's my personal preference. I don't want to always look at this. Like I look at it like twice a week. So every 3 days or so I update it. And then we spread out those extraction heads, and we don't want them to overlap. When they overlap, you see they reduce their efficiency or whatever, so they mine less. So we have, okay, this up there is a relatively good area. Maybe put another one up there. So we have 4 up there. Let's do 1 over there. Yeah, that's good. So the reason why I don't put all of them on the darkest areas, like instead of that of this, we could have more here, or instead of this one, for example, we could have more here. But the reason is that if I have 8 extraction heads on this spot, then it would probably turn into yellow in 3 days. And if I have only 4, then it's gonna last a while. And I don't have to update it as often. Like this would turn yellow, but those would stay dark, or not dark. You know, those would stay relatively dense. And if this way, those all like lose some density, but it can go on for a while. So this is my extraction program, 7 days, 10 extraction heads all spread out on different spots. And let's extract. And now it says not rooted. Like there's something red in this building. I'm going to submit. There's a red thing around it, but it's already running. You can see here the seconds increase. It's running, but something's not finished yet. So it says the products are not rooted. And that is because we have nothing to route them to. So the next thing that we're going to have is a storage facility. I'm going to put it over here. Let's just put all our stuff over here and just have the extraction head over here. The extractor can later, like for example, we run out of resources, those for some reason get depleted, maybe they don't regenerate as fast, and we might want to move it down there. And then we have a long connection up here, that can happen. So this one, consider this a bit more of a mobile structure than the rest, because whenever you destroy a facility and build a new one, it costs money. So let's not move all the facility as often, except for those extraction heads. So those are free, but those buildings, yeah. Okay, so we built this facility. Yeah, it costs 250,000. So like I said, the 400,000 that we paid at the start don't really matter. Then we link them. The link is basically like a pipeline or something where they can transport resources. And now we can move our products over here. Okay, so we see it produces 100,000 units per cycle. So every one cycle is 2 hours in this case. If you would use a shorter, I'm just going to show it. If we would use a shorter program, then we see that each of those cycles is 15 minutes in this case. Like we just selected 6 hours only, and it's like 15-minute cycles. We get less per cycle, but more per hour in this case. Because it's an average. When we look at 7 days that we had before, you see that at the start we mine a lot and then it goes down. So if we take a very short one, it would show only this part, like those 5 hours or something, and that's why it would produce more on average. If we can leave it like this, and tomorrow I could restart it, and then we'd still be in this area, and it would stay in this area if I restart it every day. But I'm lazy, I'm not doing it every day, so that's how it is. Let's cancel this. So yep, the products are routed, they're come in here. We can check this, we see there's 200,000, and I'm not entirely sure. Quantity, it says 200,000 here, it says maybe this is per hour, not per cycle. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So they would arrive here. So the next thing we have to do is we'd have 100,000 of those tech zero, like raw resources. We want to turn them into something usable. In this case, in those Chiral structures. So let's make some basic industry facilities. And I try to put them relatively close to each other, so the links are relatively short, because the links cost also power grid and CPU based on the length. And we also put a okay, maybe let's just ignore those two. Let's cancel this. Let's just put all the storage things first. So we have a storage, and then we also have a launch pad. The launch pad is where we can launch stuff to the customs office. So currently, this costs a bit more. So currently we're just moving the non-CS crystals over here, the raw resource, and we want to turn those into Chiral structures. So we need those basic industry facilities to turn them into those Chiral structures. So let's just make 6 of them. I could make more, but six are probably going to be enough, because I'm only updating. If I were to update the extraction cycles every day, then 6 wouldn't be enough, and I would have to do it more often. Yeah, it's probably not that relevant that it's exact. So yeah, as I said, 6 of them, and then we link them either to the launch pad or to the production facility. Doesn't matter that much. What's important is that you have no, like, we just built those facilities. They get resources from here and they move them to here. We want there to be at most 5 steps from the facility to something that they move resources to or from. In this case, the longest distance we have is from here to here. That's 1, 2, 3 steps, so it's fine. 5 steps, as I said, is fine. 6 steps and you can't create a route, so 6 steps don't work. You'd have to make a different connection then, a different link, just as a shortcut, and we kind of want to avoid that because we have limited power grid and CPU, and we already used most of our power grid. That's because the extractor uses a lot of power grid. So we built those facilities, and now we select a recipe. We don't want silicon. That's because the last facility I clicked that earlier and changed something was silicon facility. And we want so we select the recipe we want to produce, in this case Chiral structures, and then it automatically goes to where do you want them when they're produced, and we click on the launch pad because that's where we want them to go. So we do that with every facility. It's relatively fast because it already pre-selects the recipe after you selected it once for all the other ones. Yeah, this is the easy part. That's the less annoying part. Okay, they're still all red, and when you click on them, we see input routes are missing. So it needs those resources that we don't have yet. We have them incoming here. You can when you click on the routes, you see everything that moves through here comes in and moves out from here. So currently we have those incoming crystals, and now we can use those incoming crystals and say when they're here, we want to also have a route where they go out. So let's just save this. When we look now, we see, okay, we have 200,000 incoming, 3,000 outgoing. This is not per, like, this is an event that happens. Like, the next thing that comes in is 200,000 of those, and the next thing that goes out over this route is 3,000. This one actually happens every half hour. When you see the cycle here is half an hour. This one is every 2 hours, so it's not really that comparable. So where were we here? we can do a little math on the side while we do this. So we have 6 facilities that each use 3,000 every half hour. So it's 6,000 every hour. That means times 6, it's 36,000 every hour. It's 72,000 every 2 hours. So every 2 hours currently we get 200,000 incoming, and we use 72,000 of those. So they're gonna stockpile for a while. But as you can see here, after a day or so, it's way less. And I'm not even sure if it's 200,000 or 100,000. I think it's 100,000. So every 2 hours we have like 30,000 piling up right now. And after a day, we're already only producing like 60,000 or so. Cycle 9, that's in 18 hours. In 24 hours, we're only getting 50,000, but we consume 72,000. And that means we're gonna have we're gonna start decreasing our stockpile again. So those 6 facilities are enough, probably. Otherwise, we're gonna notice this in a week or two that, yeah, stuff just keeps piling up but doesn't go down, and then we can maybe change our setup. But for now, let's leave the rest of the CPU left, because if this was a pure extraction planet, like I have still with the other one, with this one, where I guess there's everything saved here. Let's look at this one. Then I basically only have those refineries that turn it into P1 and then put it in the launch pad. But we wanna make something different here. We wanna make something like on those planets, where I have some extraction. I have 6 refineries for that. I have a storage facility and a launch pad, and then everything down here is for producing enriched uranium in this case. So this part is extracting and producing P1. This part is for imported resources, turn them into P2, because this is a tier 2. You can see it next to enriched uranium. It says tier 2. This is a tier 2 resource, or P2. And we want to do the same here. So we said earlier we want to make coolant. So let's make that. I'm going to make 3 storage facilities, because we're going to have 1 where the coolant goes into, and 2 where the water and the electrolytes that are used to create the coolant go into. So these are my 3 storage facilities. Let's all connect them with links and connect them to the launch pad. And then we need some advanced industry facilities. Creating P2 or P3 resources uses advanced facilities. I think I can have 3 of those, maybe a 4th. Let's see. No, only 3. And then we make links, and everything fits. We don't have much power grid left. We have 200 power grid. That's basically nothing. Like this link here. Can you see the fitting? Yeah, this one uses 50 power grid. So we could probably have that, like maybe go over here and it's 200 power grid or something. So it gives us some room to move the extractor around, but we can't like put it anywhere we want. We're still limited to this area somewhat. But that's fine. This was what we were extracting. Like maybe we could move it over there or something, and then get those if those here run out. But for now it's fine. So, oops. I saved it. Good. Otherwise I would get a warning if I had unsaved changes. So we said coolant. That's up here, and we say we want the product to go into the center one. It doesn't matter. You could take the left one, take the right one. Doesn't matter. It's just easier for me to remember if I say yeah, it goes to the center one, and then later I move it from there to here. So now we have the outgoing, and it complains, oh, the input routes are missing. Yeah, because we have no water and no electrolytes. I don't have any routes where I can, like here, we had those incoming crystals. I don't have that here. So what I'm missing is water and electrolytes. And that's what we're about to get now.
Docking request accepted.
So, like I said, I have different planets that produce different goods. And I already have, I think, 2 planets or so of my alts that produce electrolytes, and 1 that produces water, so I have some water and electrolytes. Let's get those. Let's just take 40,000 of each, because that should last for a while then. Oh, and we wanted to fit the thingy. Where's my local chat? Where is that gone? I want to see if there's neutrals in here. Okay. I don't care if it's good or not. It's just an industrial. That's the only thing we want. If there's some frigate, maybe we can escape from it. And yeah, let's undock. It says there's this something requires attention, and the reason is, yeah, it has the advanced thingies, advanced facilities are complaining that they don't have incoming resources. So we walk to the customs office.
Warp drive active.
You can access the customs office already. Oh yeah, before I deleted this planet, I already extracted resources. That's why they are there. Because I had some, I had basically the same setup as I had on the other planet, on this one, where I only extract. But yeah, now I just want to extract and produce coolant. I already have a planet that produces coolant, but some more. Can't help. Since we kind of want to have those materials to make the fuel blocks. So we warp to the customs office. Yeah, it's behind there. And we move that stuff there, that here, and we warp back. I try to not to linger at the customs offices, because I'm just in an industrial without a fitting. So let's warp back. While we do that, we can already take care of this. So planets, yeah, we can either go through that, since we know it's planet 2, or we can just click on this planet list here, this one. If you don't have that in your thingy, it's somewhere here. Personal, I don't know. Industry, yeah, industry, there, planetary industry. Yep. So we were missing those resources. We have them in the customs office. It's 15,000. There's only the launchpad only can fit 10,000. So let's take half of that, or let's take 14,000 of each. Now I'm docking. Yeah, while I'm docking, I lose the customs office connection. That's by the way, that's something funny. I'm gonna show that at the end of the video. While I'm viewing the outside, here, while I'm in a structure viewing the outside, I have access to the customs office. I can use the customs office to move things. Here. I can say, let's put 24,000 of each. Yeah, that's less than 10,000 cubic meters, so it's fine. And we can move that, and that all works while I'm viewing the outside. If I had the hangar view, I couldn't do that, which is weird to me, but apparently that's how it is. So we have the resources here. We don't want them here because we want to use the space to pick up the Chiral structures that we got in the first part, where we extract things. So we move those to one of those storage facilities, and we move everything out, because after we move it, there's a cooldown. If I only move half of them, I have 3 hours cooldown, so I have to come back in 3 hours and move the other part over there. That's stupid. I don't want to do that. I move everything now. And because the cooldown is on the facility where the stuff gets moved out. This one doesn't have a cooldown. and I can still move things out from here. So let's keep the water in the left one and put the electrolytes in the right one. And now we split them up. So here's the water, here's the electrolytes. And last time we went for the incoming routes to create the routes for those facilities. This time there are no incoming routes. The water is moved with expedited transfer, and that's just a one-time thing that you sometimes do. So there's no route putting water here, but we have the water here. So we can just click on it, create route, and then say go there, and go there, and go there. And after I submit, now there's all of them have water, but they're still missing the electrolytes. So they're still red, but half of it is done. So now we do the same with the electrolytes. Create route. And everything's working. So in an hour, I'm gonna have 15 coolant in this storage facility, and another hour later it's gonna be 30, and so on. So it's 15 every hour. It's gonna produce 360 coolant every day. With this setup, which isn't that much, but like I mean, it's a passive thing. This planet is mainly for extracting resources. Like this one is running at full capacity, and those are probably also pretty much at their limit trying to process everything. This is just some additional stuff where I'm producing something else, because I could have more of those facilities, but they're not needed. I think 6 of them are enough. We're gonna see in a few weeks if stuff keeps piling up and I can't process it. If that's the case, I'm just gonna have to get rid of one of those, so and make 2 more of them or something like that. And that's basically the setup. So I moved 24,000 water here. Each of those uses 40 per hour, so it's 120 per hour from all 3. 24,000, that's 200 hours, I think. Yep, 200 hours. So this is gonna run for a week with what I brought here. I don't have to do anything for a week, and then I can pick up like, I don't know, 2,000 coolant or something like that. And yeah, the coolant is gonna be in the storage facility because I like having the things separate. I could have not built the storage facility and just moved it directly to the launch pad, and that would also have been fine. I just like to have a bit more storage for my end products, because that means I don't have to, like, one thing that you have to take when you have one thing that causes you to take action is if some storage is full, you have to empty it if new stuff would go in there, because otherwise the new stuff basically gets deleted. And like if this is full, if the launchpad is full with all the mine stuff from here, the Chiral Structures, then I'm basically destroying water and electrolytes and destroying new mined resources while trying to fill something that's already full. So I try to have multiple finish storage locations if I might produce too much, and just so I don't have to pay attention to that all that often. With this, I probably don't have to warp there for a week or 2 to empty things, and I have to like update the mining cycle every 3 days, and that's basically I'm not sure. This is relatively fresh, but basically updating the mining cycle is you press stop, you look at it, try to maybe optimize things a bit. Like in this case, okay, there's this orange blob, and there's a bit, there's a bit of those orange blobs down here, so let's put them a bit closer to those. And yeah, like this. And then be safe. Did you guys pay attention how much it was before that, before we changed it? I'm gonna start extraction. I'm gonna save that actually because it's an improvement. So now I'm mining 100,000. I think it was less, but you can go back in the video and check how much it was before that. So that's how you update it. Like you just click on install extraction program. You can only update it once per minute, but you wouldn't update it that often because whenever you update it, it stops and starts a new cycle. So if you update it every minute, it would never finish a single cycle, and you would not get any resources. So you just update it sometimes. I update it every 3 days or so, so twice per week. Sometimes I forget it, and then it runs for an entire week, and that's why I set it up to run an entire week, just so it it it's not completely wasted if I forget to take care of it. And yeah, that's how it is. That's basically it. Oh, I wanted to show the other thing. Let's see how long it takes to load the hangar. Yeah, I wanted to show that this is stupid. So that's kind of like a bonus thing to show that I don't have access to the customs office while I'm inside a structure and on the inside view. Just the view outside where I can access it. But it takes too long to load the hangar. Ah, no, there it is. I heard it. It's breathing. Yeah, so any planet, this one that we just worked on. So I can access the planet. I can access the planet from anywhere in the universe, or even if it's in a wormhole, I could access it. But when I click here, it says, to establish communication, you have to be in the space of that system, and I'm not. But if I go view outside, then it works. Yep, that's basically it.